Welcome back, everyone. We've got a really interesting deep dive teed up today.
Oh, yeah.
AI in medical device manufacturing.
Sounds pretty complex.
Yeah, but super fascinating. You guys sent over this Cypris AI in MedTech report, and it is packed with insights.
So where do we even begin with something like this?
The report kicks off with a bold prediction. Get this.
Okay.
Almost $1 trillion global market for medical device tech by 2027.
$1 trillion. Wow. That's huge. What's driving that kind of growth?
Well, they point to a few factors, but AI adoption is a big one. It's leading to some pretty major leaps in what these devices can do. Better diagnostics, monitoring that's more effective, even treatments that work better.
It's like AI is touching every stage of the process.
Exactly. And it's even opening the door to this idea of personalized medicine, like treatments tailored just for you.
Now, that's the kind of future I want to be a part of.
Right. It's like sci-fi becoming reality.
Mm-hmm.
And the investors are taking notice, big time. Over $408 billion invested in healthcare as a whole.
Yeah, I saw that number. Eye-popping.
And a big chunk of that went specifically to medical devices.
It's clear that they see the potential in this field. But what about investments specifically in AI for these devices?
Well, the report says AI-focused companies in the medical device world pulled in over $77 million.
That's a lot of faith in what AI can do for healthcare. So where's all this money going? Who's working on what?
Well, good question. Patent activity is a good way to see where the innovation is happening, right?
Right.
And the report breaks that down. Some big names pop up. Siemens, Baidu, Philips.
Oh, yeah, the heavy hitters.
Exactly. Seems like everyone wants a piece of the AI pie. Baidu, for example, they're all over the place. AI-powered image processing, even looking into quantum computing for healthcare.
Wow. They're not thinking small.
Nope. They're going big. Then you've got a company like Biotronic. They're taking a different approach, more focused on things like implantable devices, drug delivery systems.
So like pacemakers that learn, drug pumps that adjust in real time.
You got it. It's AI affecting every little detail. The report actually lays out 5 key technologies driving all this change. AI-powered image analysis is a big one.
So what is that exactly? Like algorithms looking at X-rays?
Yeah, X-rays, MRIs, CT scans, you name it. They analyze them super fast and can spot things a human might miss.
Almost like a super radiologist.
That's the idea. Early detection of a tiny tumor. That could be the difference maker.
Wow. Makes you think, doesn't it? What's next on the list?
Well, this one might surprise you. Blockchain for medical service management.
Blockchain. Isn't that like cryptocurrency stuff?
Yeah, but its real strength is creating secure systems, managing information in a way that's transparent.
So think about like electronic health records. Tamper-proof, easily accessible, but private.
You got it. Blockchain could make processes like scheduling appointments, even billing, so much smoother. Plus, it keeps that sensitive data safe.
Starting to sound like the future's here already. What else?
Okay, so next up, wearable sensors. We all know about them for fitness, but their potential in healthcare is huge. Continuous monitoring, not just counting steps.
So like your watch could alert your doctor to a heart issue.
Exactly. Early warning signs, proactive interventions, AI making preventative care a reality.
Pretty amazing, huh? It is. What's next?
Augmented reality, or AR, is making its way into the operating room.
AR, like those phone games.
Kind of, but imagine surgeons using AR headsets during a procedure. Real-time, 3D views of the patient.
Wow, like something out of a movie.
Right, okay, last one, AI-optimized imaging protocols. This means moving away from that one-size-fits-all approach to scans.
So personalized scans, tailored to the patient.
That's it. Minimizing radiation exposure, maximizing accuracy. It's AI making imaging smarter.
That's wild. So we've covered the current state of things. What's next?
Now we get into the really cutting-edge stuff, the research frontier. Deep learning, for instance.
Deep learning. How's that different from, regular AI?
Think of it as AI that can handle huge amounts of data and spot patterns even experts might miss. Really sophisticated stuff.
So in medical imaging, could it make diagnoses even more accurate?
Absolutely. There are already studies showing it's as good as, or even better than, humans at certain tasks.
That's incredible. And a little bit scary, to be honest.
Yeah, it's mind-blowing. And then there's ambient intelligence in healthcare.
Ambient intelligence, what is that?
Imagine a hospital room that adjusts to your needs automatically. Lighting, temperature, even alerts to nurses, all based on subtle cues from your body.
Wow, a truly smart room.
It's about making the hospital experience more comfortable, less stressful, really human-centered.
That's a great idea. Anything else on the research frontier?
We're also seeing the rise of wearables combined with the Internet of Medical Things, or IoMT.
IoT, I'm not familiar with that.
Think of all your health data from everywhere. Wearables, records, even smart home devices, all connected.
So it's a complete picture of your health accessible to you and your doctors.
That's the power of the IoMT. early detection and intervention, all thanks to this interconnectedness.
Fascinating. Anything else?
One more, this one's a bit complex. Geospatial blockchain.
Geospatial blockchain.
It combines the security of blockchain with location data. Imagine things like tracking diseases in real time, managing resources during disasters.
That's amazing. So much potential for public health.
Right. More proactive, coordinated responses to emergencies.
That's fantastic. So we've covered a lot, all this explosive growth, amazing technologies, but what does it all mean for the average person?
That's the key question, isn't it? I think it means AI is changing the medical device landscape completely. Better outcomes, more personalized care, a healthcare system that truly responds to our needs.
It sounds like a real turning point in how we approach healthcare. But with all this change, there must be a lot of ethical questions, too.
Definitely. As AI becomes more a part of healthcare, we need to make sure it's used responsibly, ethically.
No doubt about it. If our listeners want to learn more, where should they go?
Cypris.ai is a great resource. They're really at the forefront of AI innovation in healthcare. Their website has tons of information about the latest trends.
That's good to know. Seems like there are new breakthroughs happening all the time.
It's definitely an exciting field to watch. Well, you've given us a lot to think about. Thanks for joining me on this deep dive into AI-powered medical devices.
Absolutely, it's been a pleasure. It really is amazing, how AI is changing everything. Not just the devices themselves, but the whole experience.
Yeah, that's a great point. We've talked about the tech, the advancements, but what does it actually mean for us, for the patients?
Like, how will it feel different in the doctor's office?
Exactly.
Well, one thing that really jumps out is the speed of diagnosis and how much more accurate it'll be. Think about it. AI analyzing your scans, instantly, flagging anything that looks off for your doctor.
No more waiting around for results, worrying yourself sick.
Exactly. Especially for serious conditions where every minute counts. And it's not just about speed, it's about catching those tiny things a human eye might miss.
So it's not replacing doctors, it's giving them a superpowered tool.
Right, it's enhancing what they already do, making them even better. AI is not the doctor, it's like the ultimate assistant.
Teamwork, even in high-tech medicine. So faster diagnoses, more accuracy. What else can patients look forward to?
Well, we touched on personalized medicine earlier. That's a big one. AI helping us move away from that one-size-fits-all approach.
So treating the individual, not just the disease.
Exactly. AI can look at so much data, your genes, your lifestyle, everything. And it can help doctors create a plan just for you.
Like a custom-designed health plan. Does that have other benefits, like fewer side effects from meds?
Oh, absolutely. AI can analyze your data and predict what might cause you problems so your doctor can find alternatives that work better, safer.
No more trial and error with medications. It's minimizing those risks, getting you the best outcome.
That's the goal, moving from reactive care, where we wait for things to go wrong, to being proactive, preventing problems before they even start.
That's a huge shift in thinking. AI could help us catch things early, maybe even stop them from happening in the first place.
Exactly. Imagine your wearables constantly monitoring you, sending alerts about potential issues, maybe even before you feel any symptoms. That's the future AI is making possible.
Okay, but all this monitoring, all this data, makes me think about privacy. How do we know it's safe?
You're right to ask that. It's a crucial question. As AI gets more sophisticated, data security have to be top priority.
So what can be done to protect our health information?
Well, technologies like blockchain, remember we talked about that?
Yeah, for managing records, right?
It's incredibly secure, transparent. With blockchain, patient data is encrypted, spread out across a network, making it really hard for hackers to get at.
Oh, that's reassuring. Anything else in place to keep our data safe?
We've got strong regulations too, like HIPAA here in the US, which dictates how healthcare data can be handled. And those regulations are constantly evolving, keeping up with the technology as it changes.
So there's a whole system in place working to keep our data secure.
Right, it's evolving alongside the technology. But looking beyond data, another thing to consider is how AI might affect the doctor-patient relationship.
That's an interesting thought. Like, will patients rely less on their doctor, more on technology?
It's possible. I mean, why call your doctor when you can just consult an app, right? But it's important to remember AI should enhance that relationship, not replace it.
Make doctors more efficient, more informed, which benefits the patient in the end.
Exactly. It should free up doctors' time so they can focus on the things that really matter. Listening to patients, offering support, making those complex decisions that require human judgment and empathy.
So it's about finding that right balance.
Yes, embracing the amazing potential of AI, but always making sure it serves the human side of healthcare.
We have to have these conversations, Make sure we're creating a future where AI is a force for good.
Absolutely. It's not just about the tech. It's about the values we build into it.
This has been a real eye-opener, the potential, the challenges. It's a lot to think about.
AI is going to have such a huge impact on all our lives. It's up to us to make sure that impact is positive.
So what can we do? How can we stay informed, engaged in all of this?
We'll start by staying curious. Read up on AI, listen to podcasts like this one, talk to your doctor. The more you understand, the better equipped are you to navigate these changes.
Knowledge is power. What else can we do to be active participants, not just passengers?
Don't be afraid to ask questions. If you're unsure about how your data is being used, if you have concerns, speak up.
We need to advocate for ourselves, make sure our voices are heard as this technology evolves.
We all have a role to play in shaping the future of healthcare. The choices we make today, they're going to echo for generations.
This conversation has been amazing. It's clear AI is going to transform healthcare in ways we can't even imagine yet. But with careful planning, collaboration, we can make sure it's for the better.
I agree. If we work together, we can create a system that works for everyone. A healthier, more equitable future. That's worth fighting for.
Absolutely. This has been such an insightful discussion. Thanks for taking the time to break all of this down.
My pleasure.
You know, it's interesting to think about how all of this is going to impact the healthcare workforce itself.
Yeah, good point. We've focused a lot on the patient experience, but what about the doctors and nurses? How will their jobs change?
Right. I mean, there's a lot of talk about AI automating jobs, even replacing them altogether. But I wonder if it might also create new opportunities.
I think that's definitely a possibility. My feeling is that AI will probably enhance what healthcare professionals do, not necessarily replace them entirely. It could free up their time so they can focus on the things that really need a human touch, you know?
So instead of getting rid of jobs, AI might create new ones, like specialists in this technology.
Absolutely. Someone has to develop these systems, implement them, maintain them. We'll need data scientists, engineers, even people who specialize in the ethics of AI in healthcare. That's a whole new field in itself.
It's like AI is creating a whole new branch of healthcare jobs.
It really is.
But what about the people already working in healthcare? Will they need to adapt, learn new skills?
Oh, definitely. Doctors and nurses will need training on how to use these AI tools effectively, how to interpret the data, how to integrate it into their practice. It's a whole new way of thinking about medicine.
So the best healthcare providers of the future will be the ones who can work seamlessly with AI.
Exactly. They'll need to see it as a partner, not a competitor, a tool that can help them provide the best possible care.
This has been such a thought-provoking conversation. AI in healthcare is clearly a game changer.
Yeah,
But it also feels like there are a lot of big questions we need to answer as we go forward.
absolutely. Technology is a tool, right? It can be used in lots of different ways. We need to make sure we're using AI for good, for the benefit of everyone.
So it's not just about the sec, it's about the values we embed in it, how we choose to use it.
Exactly. If we prioritize things like human well-being, equity, access, then AI can help us build a healthcare system that truly works for everyone.
That's a great point. It's an inspiring goal, but it also feels like a huge responsibility. We have to get this right.
We do. The decisions we make today will have a ripple effect for years to come.
Well, this has been a truly fascinating deep dive. We've covered so much, the breakthroughs, the challenges, the ethical considerations.
It's been a great discussion. The future of healthcare is going to be unlike anything we've ever seen.
I couldn't agree more. And while there will definitely be some bumps along the way, I'm optimistic that we can harness the power of AI to create a system that really serves humanity, a system that's more effective, more equitable, more compassionate.
I think that's a goal worth striving for.
Well said. Well, on that note, we'll wrap up this deep dive. A huge thank you to everyone who sent in this report. It's been a real pleasure exploring this topic with you. We'll be back next week with another deep dive into a new and fascinating subject. Until then, stay curious, stay engaged.